Out to Southern Gentlemen. I'm Ricky.
I'm Sean. It's
Sean. It's been a while.
Minute. It's been a
while.
Yeah, I apologize. I even had to put up a update video on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, you need to work on that, by the way. Jeez, like I'm dead or something.
What? I said nobody got hurt.
It was just a car wreck. I was, oh my God. I'll tell the story. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I didn't think, I thought I downplayed it fairly well.
Yeah, well, it wasn't nothing. I was
tell your story.
I talked to the insurance people today. So I'm relaxing, going to come home from work, going to record a podcast, just minding my own business. It's a bad day at work, just ready to get off, ready to go home. Boom! Guy decides to, so I pull up to a four-way stop, one of the busiest intersections on a non-interstate road, whatever.
Yeah.
But he's at one of the busiest intersections in Arkansas, is in Batesville, Arkansas, corner of St. Louis and Harrison Street. I pull up to I'm the first person in the turning lane going to turn south.
Gotcha.
And kid in an S10 decides, who's traveling south, decides he can make it. I can make it. And my lights, and it's red. It is red.
Yeah.
And he guns it, and dude who had a green light and a 3/4 ton with a trailer said, no, you're not going to make it. So he caught him in the rear end and spun him around, and he caught me in the front end, and my truck needs about $4,500 worth of work. But it's drivable. I drove it home. Me and Dad pulled the bumper out and just drove it home. So
that's crazy. Well, I'm glad you're safe. Glad everybody walked away from it.
Yeah, and everybody was okay. Amazingly, I witnessed all this happen. Okay, I mean, there wasn't anything I could do. It just was right in front of me, like a car wreck. So the kid bounced around like a pinball for a minute, but he got out. He was fine. No cuts, no bruises, no blood. The paramedics looked at him. He's all right. Yeah. And the guy driving the truck, he was driving a 3/4 ton dually. He was fine. His passenger side was pretty much gaboozled, but I mean, he was fine.
Yeah.
Lady beside me who had nothing happen was freaking out. Do I need to stay around with the cops? But
oh my goodness, it's always so much fun to watch after an accident.
Yeah.
The craziness that ensues.
Yeah, and all the three of the four cops out there were like, "Hey, Rick, what are you doing? What'd you do?"
Nice.
I was like, I'm right. Yeah. What are you writing? Don't write that. That wasn't me. You're like, now, we've got, got these cameras on, so we got to tell the truth. I mean,
it's true.
I'm just writing down what I see. So
there you go. Yeah. Ricky's the cause of all of it. Everybody knows the truth.
Yeah.
Now.
But everything's okay. We're okay.
That's good.
Getting a check coming and getting everything fixed up. So
nice.
Then went home and watched an episode of WandaVision.
Right. Which probably made the day way better and put a smile on your face. Because this was episode 3 that you watched after that, not 4, which we just received.
We did. So Are we talking about all this at the end? Because you got Wanda on the front end. So
I was just saying, if we're gonna throw Wanda to the wind, let's go for it. Let's just hit the.
Well, a lot of stuff came out this week. I'm going to take it off the end because we're just going to talk about it at the top. Man, I was super, super, super pumped. Let's start with episode 3. We didn't talk about episode 3. Episode 3 is the last of the, what were they, in the 70s?
The sitcoms. Yes, it was Brady Bunch. Brady Bunch.
Yeah. And oh my God, did that look like the Brady Bunch house? I was
I'm pretty sure that
know that stairs. Yeah.
Yeah. But like when the intro was happening, I was like, I know this house. I've watched this house many times on TV.
But we got a lot this episode. I mean, not just the 70s stuff, but there was a lot of character work done, like the neighbors know something's going on. Somebody almost spilled the beans, and Vision's like, what's going on? Is there something strange in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
And Agnes is acting all weird, and then we got my favorite part of that episode is there anything you want to talk about before we just
No.
talk about the end of that episode?
No, because that's all there is. I mean, everything up to that is really great. We know she's gonna have twins. The only thing that's odd is the doctor's gonna go on vacation, but can't get the car started.
It's like you can't escape small towns. Yeah.
He just can't escape it. It's really good. I like it. I did notice that somebody pointed this out in a video I watched. Vision was using super speed, and while he can fly, I don't think he's ever exhibited super speed in the comics. Somebody had said, but
who has?
Quicksilver has.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Quicksilver.
We do get a little of that.
Yeah.
And the best part coming up about the end of the episode is we get the reveal of that question and how Wanda stops acting, quote unquote, stops acting,
right,
and starts processing real stuff. And the moment she mentions Ultron, it gets creepy, and it is great. Loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that episode ends with a bang.
That's also the episode in which we see Vision. That episode, correct? Real Vision.
Oh yeah. Well, what we perceive. Yeah. Now this is all about perception. Nobody says that's so. She turns around and there's a sudden horror movie moment of a dead Vision standing there talking to her. And we don't know what that means. We don't know what that means. We don't know if that's something.
What do you believe it means? Because I think we're on the same track with this one, but I'd like to know what you.
Well, there's a lot of more. We're about to talk about some more information that's going to inform my opinion of this. But before the information we got this week, it clearly looks like Wanda is somehow animating the body.
Yeah. Like she straight up kidnapped Vision's body from Wakanda.
Yeah, she's puppet mastering him. It seems, but I still argue. Like a lot of people are saying that Wanda's doing all this. Vision's dead and blah blah blah. But you still have to think about Vision is making decisions and informed ideas on his own without Wanda being there.
That is true.
I mean, you are a horrible storyteller if this is just going to be, it's all in Wanda's head. What, right. Wanda was dreaming about him at work or something while she was...
It does always seem the moment that Vision gets a little hint that something's a little off, bam, we get an edit moment, we get a rewind moment.
But not always. She's not always.
She's not allowing a lot to go on.
Whenever he is in front of her and thinks something's off and mentions it to her, that's when the edit happens.
Yeah.
Like whenever he's like with the neighbors, and thinks something strange, no edit. When he notices something before in the first episode, no edit. It's only whenever he says something she doesn't like, that we get an edit. So, I think that Vision is there.
But then again, Vision could be thinking all of this on his own, I guess, and she's perceiving it all through the people of the community. And it really doesn't matter what Vision believes or thinks.
So, in Endgame, they said, there's a lot more than Vision to just the stone.
Right.
And she might be making that happen. Yeah. I mean, with or without the stone, that may be what was left of Vision.
I mean, she may be able to imbue him with life. I don't know. Wanda's powers are already all over the place. And then you go MCU Wanda, somebody empowered by an Infinity Stone. Her potential for whatever they want to write her to have the ability with will never seem outlandish. You're the power. Well, you're living embodiment
Feige's
of
behind this.
Yeah.
No, they're gonna have this all straightened out. I guarantee there's a line and stuff like that for what's going on.
Right.
And speaking of, we got episode 4, and that opened up the entire world to us,
Yeah.
and is one of my favorite things MCU so far. I just knew that they were going to do this. This is one of the things I called. I didn't say it to anybody. I was like, if they don't take this opportunity and do that, then what are we even doing? And of course, the moment you see Jimmy Woo, card trick, sleight of hand,
up close,
yes!
magic, up close, online, up close magic university. Oh, freaking love it. I mean,
this is what we're here for. I'm here for the magic tricks.
I'm here for the magic tricks by Jimmy Woo. I'm not. Michelle reiterated the exact same thing you had said. We watched episode 4. I think we've watched it 3 or 4 times. No joke.
So have I. Yeah, we watched it 3 times.
And Michelle is like, she goes, there's moments in the movies that are good, but she goes, I love this episode. She's like, everything about this episode is awesome. I was like, it is.
How they completely, so, everybody's been not everybody, but I mean, a certain part of the internet has been complaining about how the show is completely weird and pacing's off, and this 67, what is this going to be? And right there on the whiteboard, boom, what's the hexagons about? Boom, why the same with it? Boom, they had all this planned.
Every question they knew you'd be asking.
It's like we should be trusting Marvel. I mean,
trust in Marvel.
I don't know.
Yes.
But anyway,
so good.
Now, the intriguing things that we get to learn about this episode. One, there is somebody in Westview that is under government surveillance that has disappeared.
And is missing. Yes.
And is missing.
Yes.
So, I mean, that is absolutely going to be a thing. That's not just a plot point that's going to drop away and be a chicken in a bucket.
Who is missing? Who was he there to see before everybody started wigging out?
Yeah. Why are people outside affected? And why are things that go in, come out changed? 2 things we got. We got Monica coming out, and we'll talk about that moment here in a second. Monica coming out kept everything about the time period, hair, clothes, everything. Dude who got beekeepered, his chain became a jump rope, and it stayed that way when they pulled it back.
Yeah.
I mean, these things are changed by Wanda's magic. And we got to see Wanda's actual magic. Like I pointed out, the TV show version doesn't have anything but TV magic going on the whole time. This first time, whenever they reiterated the Monica scene where she challenged Wanda about Ultron and Pietro. We get to see her Scarlet Witch magic come out.
Yeah.
And that's when the edits happened, by the way.
Yeah.
That and she ejected, and I know people have already caught this, but Logan didn't catch it. He watched it 2 times, and I was going through it for this episode, trying to see stuff that we may have missed.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Logan. I'm like, "Did you get the wall reference?" He's like, "What?" I was like, "Let's watch it." She goes through 1, 2, 3, 4 wall, 4th wall. He's like, "Oh, 4th wall!"
She broke the 4th wall.
Literally broke the 4th wall. Yeah.
Love it. Good stuff right there.
So smart.
Yeah. Any thoughts on ideas on Wanda's powers actually creating mutants or empowering Monica? There's a lot of thoughts out there about maybe her doing this has affected people on a larger scale. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. Let's go ahead and throw this in. There was a leaked promo for the mid-season trailer, which I don't know how big of a break they're going to take, and it's possible. There's been rumors flying around that this week is going to be 2 episodes, 5 and 6.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would do that, but I mean they added a 9th episode.
Yeah.
Which I'd be fully on board with, but a promo got out that had number 1, it had Vision escaping and talking to people outside the bubble.
Yeah.
As he's getting dragged back in. 2, it had Billy and Thomas as young kids talking to Wanda,
Yeah.
and it had Quicksilver in it, but it didn't have Quicksilver. How is this possible? Well, Evan Peters, rumored to be in the show, shows up dressed as Quicksilver. Now, it is a Halloween costume,
Yes.
but she is as the Scarlet Witch in
Yes.
Halloween costume.
Yes.
Paul Bettany is the Vision in Halloween costume.
Yes. It's so good.
I don't know. And
I'm pumped for this.
So, did she pull him out of an alternate universe? If she can do that, she can do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if Vision is there, you know, and he's a free thinking, if he's alive again, and and it's her powers, and she's pulled another Quicksilver from another universe, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, there's no limits. Like I said, it's awesome. I'm excited for this. WandaVision is definitely something like Did you think you would be as into it as you are? When you
Yeah, well, I mean,
6 months ago, would you have thought that you would be this excited going into episode 5 of WandaVision? I mean, I am
funny enough, yes, I did, because 6 months ago was exactly 6 months from when we got the first trailer for WandaVision, because my memory on Facebook came up of sharing the first trailer of WandaVision, which was a year ago today.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Yeah.
We should have already seen, think about this. We should have already seen all of WandaVision, all of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Black
Widow.
And Eternals.
Yeah. Dang, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm very excited for WandaVision. I'm excited for where this is going. I know this is really weird, but Michelle was like, you have to tell people. She's like, your listeners will know what it means. She is shipping Wu and Darcy together. She is willing their relationship. Wu and Darcy, according to my wife, will be a thing. She is willing.
This is a no shipping podcast, sir. We don't do that here.
Tell
her to start her own podcast.
Trust me, she wants to. I just don't
freaking Team Edward or whatever. I don't care.
No, she doesn't like that stuff. That's funny. But anyway, she thought that was funny. Oh, dude, I enjoyed Darcy being back. Darcy laying, Kat Dennings owning the screen, being awesome as usual.
Oh yeah, laying the sarcasm down. Love it.
Love it. Love it. Absolutely awesome.
Okay. One thing I did see that kind of irked me. Kevin Smith went on a rant about her pulling an oscilloscope out, and he's like, "What in the world? Why would they have?" And I'm like, "That's a standard piece of scientific equipment, Kevin. I mean, that's fine."
Yeah.
I mean, they would have an oscilloscope laying around.
Right. Well, I did enjoy the fact that it is extremely ancient. And did you notice to her left was the ancient analog oscope, and on her right was a Rode podcast setup. All of her controls are it was a Rode podcaster setup. Like,
nice.
Because people had screenshotted, and I'm on like this home recording studio Facebook group, and they had screenshot it, and they were like, "Check it out! This is all the sound equipment." And they had literally taken the shot and lines to all the sound equipment that they had used to look like scientific equipment. I was like, "That's pretty awesome."
Thanks for sharing that, Sean. I appreciate you. Oh, you didn't. That's right. Okay, I haven't. That's right. This is the first time hearing of it.
Yeah. That's cool. Anyway, if we go on,
we're still on this point because
you want you got another Wanda point.
On top of this, this relates directly to your next topic. So we're talking about WandaVision. We're talking about the possibility of multiverses, and it's looking like everything moving forward. Spider-Man 3, Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. Thor 4
has
all rumored to start having multiverse stuff in it.
Yep.
Yeah, I just heard today Thor has possibly got multiverse storm with a hammer, which has happened before.
Yeah.
The Thor core coming together in it.
The Thor core.
And with all the multiverse stuff going on, this may be leading to not Secret Invasion, but possibly Secret Wars, which who is the big bad in the newest Secret Wars title? Doctor Doom.
Oh.
So at the end of this road may be leading to Doctor Doom.
I feel like Hawkeye in Endgame. Don't do that. Don't give me hope. No, it's so sad.
Don't do
that. Don't do that.
No. But Spider-Man.
Yeah. So Spider-Man 3. Did you see the picture of the truck, big old box truck that was filmed near the set of Spider-Man 3? It had the big Feast logo that we get from the Spider-Man game, where Mr. Negative is running the the homeless shelter and all that.
Well, that would make a whole lot of sense. I mean, that game was huge.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who maybe like me, who don't know so much about Mr. Negative, think that is a big part of the Spider-Man mythos. And if it's big right now, why would they not play on it?
I was like, that would be awesome if they were following that to bring. Oh, it's just Spider-Man 3. If you know the way you talk about.
Well, think about this. Think about this. Hold on.
Years ago, I didn't think Endgame was possible, but now I have no limitations to what my hopes are, and that's dangerous.
Think about this.
What?
Knowing multiverse going on,
we've
got Tobey Maguire, we got Andrew Garfield, we got Tom Holland.
Yeah.
What if they pull the Spider-Man universe Spider-Man for the movie? Like you get that Spider-Man suit, or you get Miles.
Yeah.
From that's where he comes from. The game.
I mean that would be awesome. That would be cool.
I'm just saying, why wouldn't they?
I still, for some weird reason, and I think it would come off way bad, but I still want to see a portal open up into the cartoon world and Miles fall through it and attain human form as he falls through it. I know it's terrible, but it would be awesome.
You are horrible.
It would be awesome, dude. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm excited about this. But I will say, I do find it funny that over the past couple weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks, we have had several articles across several different news outlets say that Mr. Maguire is being a little bit of a Spider-Man diva. What's your take on that? Do you think to me, Toby doesn't have the clout to walk on an MCU set and tell Tom Holland anything. I'm sorry.
No.
Tom is the best Spider-Man we've ever had.
Listen, I don't care for any of the rumor drama. That's not what I need. All I need is set picks and story details. Like the set pick we got of Thor 4 today, that was Chris Hemsworth and Thor.
Yeah.
On set, which I was very happy to see.
And Thor did not appear to be fat either.
No, he did not.
He looked in rather fitting shape.
But so is Wanda breaking the universe apart? Is this where it starts? Like, is this
it's great with me. I'm fine with that. Do it.
Because what if they tie a couple stories together? It's Secret Wars, but also they tie the Children's Crusade was with Wanda's children, of course, ties her marrying Doctor Doom, and her children have to save her because he's like brainwashed her, and he's like a man god of the multiverse.
Well, everything I've seen has compared this more to House of M. then
Well, which it is. Yeah.
Right,
Verily. Yeah, there's definitely touches of House of M in it, but I'm saying where it may be leading.
leading to.
I
Okay.
really don't think they're going to pull a end of House of M, let there be mutants. I
Yeah.
don't think she's going to do that.
I
I think
have
she's going to shatter the multiverse.
I do believe that we'll see Doctor Strange in this series.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think Benedict Cumberbatch will show up in the last
Yep.
episode.
There have been, Paul Bettany has said that he got to work with people that he had never worked with on screen before. And so everybody looked, and sure enough, Paul Bettany and Benedict Cumberbatch had never shared the screen before. So there you go. There you go. That would be definitely awesome to see some straight up Doctor Strange on Disney Plus. But speaking of Disney Plus and another series, Ricky. What?
Yeah.
What?
No,
what's your
go
face?
ahead. I'm
What's your
waiting.
face?
I'm waiting.
Ryan Coogler gets given a Black Panther series.
I think this would be awesome. He's a great director.
Yes.
If they've got a great story, I'm all in.
Dude.
If he does anything that's close to Black Panther,
well,
give me everything you got.
I've been watching. I think I watched 2 or 3 different Ryan Coogler interviews recently. I was just wanted to see more about him and listen on this. He cares. You can tell when he speaks that he doesn't talk about these things lightly. He seriously wants to give a good story. He wants all the awesome. He's almost like a big kid, and he's just figuring out what he wants to play with and how to connect it all together, and he cares about it. It's going to be awesome. I trust Ryan Coogler, definitely one of the top MCU directors right now.
Well, they definitely need to be hiring more people like Jon Favreau and Ryan Coogler. I will that right out front, on Front Street.
I mean,
absolutely.
Does it get any better right now than Taika, John Watt doing really good? You got Ryan Coogler, the Russo brothers. I mean, it's just hit after hit after hit, and they all seem to
it's
care.
An embarrassment of riches. Yeah, absolutely.
But the thing is they all have their own way, but they all have that one thing. They all truly care about the product they're putting on screen, and it shows. It's really good. I like it. I'm happy with the way things are going.
Well, speaking of products being put on the screen, let's talk about the milk went sour a while back on some things, and we're getting a fresh take on it. So Justice League is getting closer and closer. It's next month.
Yeah.
And they released Jared Leto as the Joker. With there was a picture that was up. Now it's fuzzy. The only thing in focus is the Joker card, and I think that Joker card is actually from Nolan's Batman. It looked like the same card, so I don't know. I may be conflating, but I'm kind of excited that they decided to keep it.
I like the Leto Joker.
What I saw of him in the Suicide Squad movie, I liked. I mean, no, I don't agree with the smile on the hand and the weird tattoo stuff. Yeah, that's an artistic choice, but his performance was great.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't anything. I can't argue anything with that. I just wanted to see more of it, and I wanted him to be the bad guy.
Yeah. It's not like we don't have different aspects of the Joker in our comic books either. The Joker has a wide range.
No, there's 3 running around now, aren't there?
Yeah, there's quite a few.
3 Jokers?
Yeah. I liked it. I know it's a strange take, but I like gangster Joker. That's the way I look at him.
I'll give you an even stranger take. I still will say I kind of like the Suicide Squad movie. I mean, it was pacing. Yeah, the witch in the end was bad, but I think that movie's rewatchable. I think you should go back and give it another watch. And I'm not comparing it to a Marvel movie for sure. But in the
okay.
DC universe, it's not that bad of a movie.
Here's the thing.
It's not Wonder Woman 2 for sure.
Here's what takes me out of Suicide Squad. The first 45 minutes kills it for me. Oh, look at this. You want to check out my awesome idea for a movie? Harley Quinn. 10 minutes about Harley Quinn. Deadshot. 10 minutes about Deadshot. The folder drop and explanation is the laziest editing and writing ever. It's like, how can I think of a creative way to tell the backstory of all these different characters in less than 30 minutes? I know, the folder drop. It's lazy. It's boring. It's not ever gonna ain't gonna do it for me. Deuces.
Whatever.
See ya.
Nah. All right. Anyway, I still liked El Diablo.
Yes. Yeah. He was cool. He was good. What else do you have on here?
Well, I got something that I didn't know if you wanted to talk about or not, but
what you got?
Where did Buck Rogers land on you? Now,
No.
Buck Rogers, whenever we were growing up, was a series out of the 70s that was on syndication. With Gil Gerard, actor from Arkansas.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was a Star Wars kid, and I watched Battlestar Galactica and loved it, even though it was horrid for the time. You can't go back and watch that show. You just can't. We had Buck Rogers,
right.
the guy that was, he was on a space shuttle. I mean, literally the opening's a space shuttle, and he gets frozen and into the future. They thaw him out. It's like the 25th century, and he's an all-American guy, and in this new time with aliens and robots and Twiggy beep, that kind of thing. And Aaron Gray. I can't forget Aaron Gray.
Okay.
Aaron Gray. You can't tell me that you didn't like Aaron Gray. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to sit there and tell me that.
Oh, okay. Well, first, I'd have to know who that is, because I'm not a Buck Rogers kid. Yeah, it never crossed my path. It just never crossed my path growing up. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like saying, so it happens every so often. I mean, like, you'll have somebody who, I watched Knight Rider, I watched Airwolf, Automan, Nighthawk. I don't know what you're talking about. What? It's like the same time. How do you not know Manimal? What? Who? Yeah, I get it. You missed something. Your favorite show, The Highwaymen, was on, and you watched it instead of the 15 episodes of whatever. I get it. But Buck Rogers, Buck Rogers has been around since my dad was a kid.
I didn't have my own television until I was like 13 years old. So blame my parents for choosing what I watched. I think I was 12. I was 12 when I got my own room and my own TV.
Yeah, pretty close. Pretty close there. My parents thought, now we're gonna let you have this TV in your room, but you can watch what you want during the day, get your homework done.
Yeah.
At night you can only watch PBS.
Nice. That's trade-off. Yeah, because nighttime PBS was awesome because you had all the space stuff, all the science shows, and everything came on.
Doctor Who and Benny Hill.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then wait.
I should not have been watching Benny Hill on PBS.
But did you stay up late enough to watch what was it? That British
Monty Python's Flying Circus?
No, yeah, that was good. Waiting. Was it Waiting?
No.
That was all about the waiters at the restaurant?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? What was that show
but
called?
I'm thinking of
not the
Are
Ryan
You Being
Reynolds
Served? Are You Being Served?
Is that it? Are You Being Served? Yes.
Mr. Rumbold.
Yes.
Where they work in the department store. Oh
Yes.
my God.
Freaking loved that show.
Stop what you're doing. Everybody, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you have an assignment. Go watch an episode of Faulty Towers. Go
Yes.
watch an episode of Monty Python's Flying Circus. Go watch an episode of Are You Being Served? And then finish off with a Benny Hill.
Oh my
and
God.
your mind will be blown that
That's awesome.
I was allowed at like 10 or 12 years old to watch this kind of filth on PBS.
Oh, I know. That's the thing I used to love. Everybody was cool with PBS, and that's where I had seen like all the Monty Python stuff, and I was like, "This is absolutely hilarious. This bud is no more. It has ceased to be.
It is an ex-parrot.
Ex-parrot.
Wakey,
Oh, dude,
wakey.
so hilarious. I loved it. Yeah, but I'm sorry Buck Rogers didn't cross my path. I apologize.
That's all right. I got you covered. So well, I have one last question before we part this evilness.
Yes.
I watched Godzilla King of Monsters.
Okay. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It actually was okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I asked, is Godzilla and King Kong for us anymore? I mean, is there something inside you that goes, man, if done right, I'd really, really, really enjoy a Godzilla movie.
All right.
And don't get me wrong.
I think we had talked about this. I think we had talked about how, I'd said I wanted to see the fights and stuff. So the other day, in strange Google is always listening fashion, I'm flipping through my Facebook videos on my phone, and sure enough, it was all the Godzilla fight scenes that we had up to this point, all in one compilation. Mm-hmm. And I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun to watch. I wish that was the movie. So, that's
kind of like Pacific Rim. The first one did that really well. I mean, that's what it is. It's giant robot monsters fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the closest I'll ever get to Neon Genesis Evangelion on the big screen.
Well, until somebody pulls their head out of their butt and goes, "Oh, this could work.
This could make some money. Maybe I should do this."
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I friggin' I don't know about King Kong. I do want to see it. Jax wants.
Oh, have you not seen Skull Island?
Do what? Oh, that one. No. I thought we were talking about King of Monsters. King of Monsters
isn't in there, but yeah, the next one, yeah, it's coming, yeah.
Right.
But did you watch Skull Island?
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was okay too. Right. I did enjoy it. Yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't any better or worse than the Jack Black film. Honestly. I came out feeling like it was a push.
Well, the Jack Black film was very long, Peter Jackson.
Right. But I will say this. It was the first ever HD movie I owned because I literally had it in HD on my PlayStation 3 or my Xbox 360 HD drive.
He brings up the HD DVD. This man was a fiend. Now, this is going to win. This is going to be the one. I'm back in Xbox. HD DVD, baby.
I have a stack. Probably 20 plus HD DVDs that I paid anywhere from like
they're vintage, like records. They're collectible now.
I have like Criterion collections in HD DVD. Anybody wants them, just message me. I'll gladly shuffle them off and sell them off to anybody that wants them. All right.
Sean also was into Divx, by the way. That was a wonderful brand that he backed. And he also was into Betamax for a while.
I do have a Betamax. That is what we grew up with Betamax, the old dual head. And on weekends, my family and we would drive up to Little Rock, and there was a video rental store here, and we would rent like 2 or 3 movies, drive home, dub all those movies, and then we would return them the next week. We were doing Blockbuster stuff before there was even Blockbuster. I mean, the Thomases know what's up. We've been taking care of ourselves for a while.
Huge. Was really into Napster as well.
Oh,
and LimeWire. And LimeWire. Woo!
Huge. Anybody want about 60, 80, 100 terabyte of music? whatever you need, I got it. What do you need? How much music do you need?
Oh, hey, careful.
know.
Sean Parker will come hunt you down.
I wish you would.
Wish to God he would.
Anyway, all right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Ricky, do you have anything to add to this episode?
I did have a couple of things. One,
Go for it.
I was able. This week was a Transformers week. I tell you that much right now because
Let's hear it.
I got a couple pre-orders in, and I got Shattered Glass Optimus Prime right there. You see,
Nice,
he's an
nice.
evil.
Looks
He's
pretty good.
evil.
Nice.
And then also our local area started to get I've talked about these before, but they are the Transformers the movie, the '86 movie characters. Look at that. That is the
That's
best
awesome.
Jazz figure that we've ever
That's
had
way
since
cool.
G1. I mean,
Nice.
that is a beautiful, beautiful figure.
Nice.
And we got I want to show this one off. We got Blur from the movie right there.
Ooh,
Right,
that's way cool.
right,
Yeah.
Sean,
I see
right,
it. I see it.
And
Very cool.
a couple other things I did want to take 1 second. I wanted to give a shout out to. There's an artist named Guido. He's a Transformers artist. I'll butcher his last name if I try to say it, but he goes by Guido. And he did a design years ago of a G1. Whenever the Transformers movie came out in 2007, there was a character called Barricade. He was a Mustang Roush. Was he Roush? Yeah, a Roush Mustang that transformed into Decepticon. And which G1, there was an Autobot named Prowl who was a police car. And he went and did a G1 version of Barricade like he was in the original Transformers series. And Hasbro, in partnership with him at some point, started making figures of a G1 Barricade.
Nice.
So that there was a character G1 Barricade, which was a Micromaster. It wasn't anything like this, but in the style of the movie, they did finally make a police evil Decepticon car, and I think that's awesome. And I think Guido is
awesome.
an amazing artist.
That's way cool.
That's it. I'm done. Stick a fork in me.
All right. On social media, you can find me most likely on Instagram at Maynard98. You could send us emails at notsosoutherngentlemen@gmail.com. Ricky, where can they find you?
You can hit me up on Twitter at Ricky Westbrook on Twitter. You can search Not So Southern Gentlemen on Facebook.
Do that.
That's
Do
it.
that. Find that
I'm
Facebook.
done.
Give us a like. Go to our YouTube channel right now. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe there. For those that have been listening for years, thank you very much. We still appreciate the listeners and hope everybody is having a great day. For Not So Southern Gentlemen, I'm Sean.
He's
Ricky.
I'm Rick.
Y'all have a good one.